Till the top of midday in Central African time. We're putting the spotlight right now on an often overlooked part of the musician's performance toolkit, their hearing and vocal health. Very, very important. Under the theme Performance Without Pain, Health Essentials for Musicians, we'll be looking at how artists can protect their voices, hearing, and overall well-being while navigating rehearsals, studio sessions, live performances, and long hours around amplified sound. Let's have this conversation now with Dr Nolwazi Letsoalo from Noise Clipper. Doc, welcome to the program. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, Mmatsheko, for having me.
Thank you very much, and thanks for your patience. I know you've been holding the line for quite some time. Let's look at this this particular initiative. As I'd mentioned, the theme of performance without pain. Talk to us about what underpins this particular initiative.
All right. So we are collaborating with an amazing initiative initiated by a musician who saw the need to actually, equip other musicians regarding how they look after, their body in general. And where we come in is in the space of hearing. So what generally we are going to be doing is giving a lot of training and information around hearing, how people can look after their ears and why it's important for musicians to look after their ears. So we'll be working in collaboration with Music Clinic done with Siphelelo Mazibuko.
Okay, sounds wonderful. But in the case of a musician who is often in these environments, which are normal to them, spending hours in rehearsal, recording, performing, around really loud sound, what are some of the biggest risks to their hearing do these types of environments pose? And what are the warning signs that should never ignore?
All right, so as we all know, we've become a communication-based society, and we rely a lot on our hearing ability to function on a day-to-day, whether you're a musician or you're doing something else, whether in your social life. But over and above, professionally, we do know that musicians are at risk of hearing problems due to the exposure to high levels of sound that they are exposed to over their career. Whether it be performances or rehearsals, we know that they're at a much higher risk. And the reason for that is a lot of musicians are performing using monitors on stage and also not being aware of the output of the sound that goes into their ears that can potentially damage what we call outer hair cell muscles in the cochlea. And this happens progressively over time. And this can actually disrupt performance accuracy or the quality of the performance, the communication while they're doing rehearsals with other fellow musicians, and can potentially also have long-term effects of emotional, well-being problems related to anxiety, to not being able to hear, or, affecting the longevity of their career. And over and above that, we see that the musicians that aren't using hearing protection or that aren't using in-ear monitors that is customized for their ears tend to also overexert their voices, and they overcompensate, and they're not well protected from these loud sounds.
Absolutely, very important. But back to Noise Clipper. As I understand it, your work involves promoting a proactive approach to hearing conversations through its Healthy Hearing program, as we noted. So perhaps some tips that are simple that musicians can start talking about today or taking action on today so that their hearing is preserved in this particular context.
Yes, definitely. If I can just say a little bit about Noise Clipper, we have a big milestone this year. We're turning 30, and Noise Clipper is a hearing conservation company that focuses on preventing noise-induced hearing loss, and we also supply custom hearing protective devices with communication solutions that are tailored for a wide range of applications. So just in the entertainment space, the DJs, the sound engineers, the musicians, the technicians, everybody that is working, even the videographers, the people that are in the environment where there's a lot of sound can be affected. People who work in motorsports, occupational safety in other industries, and also just recreationally. We know that according to the World Health Organization, 1.1 billion young people are potentially at risk of noise-induced hearing loss or music-induced hearing loss due to personal listening devices and headphones. So this is a worldwide problem. But when it comes to musicians, what I can say, some of the tips that I can and give them is be aware of your hearing status. And the only way to do that is to get your ears tested at least once a year. It is an instrument that, you know, you rely on. If you take care of your ears will take care of you professionally. And then also, I think being able to initially see the subtle signs. For example, if you have what we call temporary threshold shift, where you start hearing muffled sounds, you're not hearing as well as you used to, you have a ringing sound in your ear or a buzzing sound after a big concert or performance, you're starting to increase the volume on your sound, or you have listening fatigue. Some people start also developing painful or uncomfortable sensitivity to everyday loud sounds, which is called hyperacusis. And those are all little signs that you can look for as a musician or just a person in general, because this is not just affecting the musicians, it's also affecting the audience. So making sure that you get your ears tested, visit an audiologist, and also make sure that you're using the right tools to check and prevent hearing loss, because sometimes you can do a test and it will say you are fine, only to find out that there are subtle changes in the cochlea that are happening. We call it hidden hearing loss. It's not something that everybody can pick up on, and this can happen gradually over time.
This is frightening. Look at me now lowering my headphones because I don't want to risk it. Dr. Nolwazi Letsoalo, thank you very much. She is actually a hearing coach audiologist, by the way, so she knows exactly what she's talking about. Take her advice. And congratulations to Noise Clipper on the 30th year anniversary. This is such an important conversation on hearing and the environments that surround, being surrounded by sonics and studio environments, etc. Very important. Thank you for the time, Dr. Nolwazi.
Thank you so much, Mmatsheko, for having me.
Thank you very much. Definitely worth your time in investigating the work of Noise Clipper, but also just being proactive in your hearing health. You know, whether you work in a studio environment, a recording environment, you're a videographer, you are a DJ, whatever the case is, it is very important that you take care of your hearing and acquaint yourself with Noise Clipper's Healthy Hearing program. We're exactly 10 minutes away from midday. In a short while, we'll find out what's to come on Africa Update.
Be inspired. Stay informed.